Welcome to the Food Safety Team Train presentation. As one of our core values is safely can do, please pause the video so yourself, one of your fellow staff members or your manager can start the session with a short safety moment. Compass Group is committed to providing a safe, productive and healthy work environment for all employees. The Compass Group Food Safety Program has been formulated to ensure that all the food served to our customers is not only of the highest quality, but is safe. This Team Train session has been designed to give you a basic overview of food safety in a commercial kitchen. The success of our business depends upon how well the needs and expectations of our customers are catered for. Not only should we show our consumers great hospitality in a clean and welcoming environment with food that is fresh, tasty and high quality, we need to ensure that all food service practices must be of the highest standard. The Compass Food Safety and Quality Policy outlines the company commitment to the provision of good quality, safe food throughout the organisation. On a daily basis, we use many or all of the systems outlined in the Compass Food Safety Program. For example, if you work in one of our kitchens, you might use temperature monitoring probes, complete temperature monitoring forms, allergen declaration cards, report pest activity on the pest sighting log form, and follow cleaning and sanitising procedures as part of your daily routine and sign off on a cleaning roster. It is very important that we follow the policies and procedures set out in the Compass Group Food Safety Program to ensure we provide high quality, safe food to our customers. Food poisoning is very unpleasant and can be quite common, affecting an estimated 5.4 million people across Australia and New Zealand each year. There are increasing concerns in the community regarding safe food service for many reasons, including some people in the community are more vulnerable to illness than others. For example, the very young or the very old, those undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy, transplant patients or pregnant women. Food poisoning bacteria are becoming more prominent, with bacteria such as E. coli, Salmonella and Listeria. More people travel, therefore bacteria and viruses spread around the world more quickly. The usual symptoms of food poisoning are nausea, fever, vomiting and diarrhoea. Greater awareness and growing numbers of the general population that have food allergies or intolerances. For these reasons, a food safety program is of high importance for any food service business. Through the correct use of our food safety program, we can control many of the causes of food poisoning. For our first activity, we are going to pause the video and together identify some of the causes of food poisoning. Possible answers you may have come up with could have included poor personal hygiene, for example, lack of hand washing, not reporting illnesses, temperature abuse when preparing, storing, cooling or serving foods, undercooked or raw poultry, eggs, mince or other processed meats, unclean equipment and surfaces, for example, meat slicers, stick blenders, chopping boards, benches, knives and tongs, and pests, for example, rats, mice or insects contaminating food. Personal hygiene is a very important part of food safety. It is imperative that we as food handlers do everything in our power to eliminate germs and ensure we do not contaminate the food by following correct personal hygiene procedures on a daily basis. This includes washing our hands thoroughly and correctly with soap and warm water is essential after using the bathroom, sneezing, between handling ready-to-eat foods and raw foods, after handling money, after having a cigarette, and prior to commencing work or returning back from a break. Ensure that when you're using gloves, you change them as often as you would wash your hands. Wearing hats or hair nets and making sure all hair is contained in the hat and that long hair is secured, and staying away from work when you are suffering any illness or infections. Other causes of food poisoning include chemical, physical and microbial contaminants such as chemicals that we use each day, poisonous plants, bacteria and viruses. The bacteria and viruses that make people ill are known as pathogens and can come from animals, soil, water and humans. Most pathogens are killed when you cook food. However, there are some strains of bacteria that produce toxins and spores that can survive the cooking process. Pathogens need warmth, moisture and time to multiply. Therefore, we need to be very careful about how we handle food in the kitchen. For our second activity, we are going to identify whether the images on the screen are high risk or low risk. Please pause the video and discuss as a group. The high-risk groups included dairy products, meat, small goods and poultry, eggs and egg products, fish and seafood, and processed fruit and vegetables. Low-risk groups were lollies, dry goods such as crackers, chips, breads, and fresh and cleaned, unprocessed fruit and vegetables. To avoid high-risk foods becoming contaminated, we must ensure that we keep foods out of the temperature danger zone. In the danger zone, bacteria multiply very quickly. The following guidelines will assist in keeping food out of the danger zone. Know the temperature danger zone limits, 5 to 60 degrees Celsius. Ensure action is taken if fridges and freezers are found to be out of the correct temperature range. Fridges equal to or less than 5 degrees, freezers equal to or less than minus 18 degrees. When reheating food, do it rapidly to above 60 degrees or in healthcare above 75. Avoid topping up food in the bain-marie as this may compromise food safety. Replace old trays of food with new trays of food. Stir sauces, gravies and other prepared wet food dishes. Accurately checking and recording temperatures every day so we can ensure we are keeping our food safe and storing it correctly. Work to the 2/4 hour rule. That is, food which has been in the temperature danger zone for less than 2 hours, this includes the preparation, storage and display time, can be returned to the refrigerator at or below 5 degrees for Australia or heated above 60 degrees and brought out again at a later time. However, the total time in the temperature danger zone must not exceed 4 hours. Whatever system you choose to use, you must be able to demonstrate what system you are using to track this time. To correctly monitor temperature, you can try the following methods. For fridges, keep a labelled bottle of water in the fridge and take the temperature of the water in the bottle. For freezers, place the thermometer between 2 packages. Don't pierce packages and avoid taking freezer air temperature. This will vary a lot as the door is opened. Or use electronic temperature monitoring systems. When safely storing dry foods, the following guidelines need to be followed. Check date marking and use-by dates. Check the condition and don't accept damaged packages. Store product off the floor and keep the area clean and dry. Keep food covered by ensuring the lids fit correctly. And keep foods with differing allergenic properties separated. To prevent cross-contaminating, including allergen contamination, ensure that all foods are covered and separate utensils are used to serve the food. Always use separate utensils for cooked and raw foods and when preparing foods that claim to be allergen-free. Ensure foods with differing allergenic ingredients are stored and prepared separately, using separate colour-coded cutting boards and sanitizing them between products. Cooked and raw foods should be stored separately in the fridge. Store the cooked and ready-to-eat foods above raw meats and eggs. Best practice is to use 2 colours of food handler gloves, blue for raw and white clear for ready-to-eat product. Ensure all storage containers have tight-fitting lids and ensure regular hand washing occurs. Cleaning in the kitchen is a very important aspect of food safety. We have cleaning rosters as part of the food safety program. Cleaning rosters are designed to identify all areas that should be cleaned, who should do this and how often. All cleaning needs to be recorded on the cleaning roster. Kitchen cleaning rosters are signed to verify that all kitchen cleaning tasks have been completed on a regular basis. The roster must also be signed each day by the person in charge of the kitchen or dining room to indicate that they have checked that the cleaning has been carried out. Dirty cleaning cloths spread germs. Single-use methods are the safest, for example, paper towels. Tea towels and steel wool are not allowed to be used in kitchens. Bacteria from these spreads to hands and equipment and then to the food. Steel wool can break off and also cause physical contamination. When using cleaning equipment such as mops and brooms, the following rules need to be followed. Store away from food. Store mop heads up, preferably in a rack. Keep in good condition. Clean after every use. Allow to air dry and don't empty buckets or clean mops in the hand washing basin, food prep, pot or dishwashing sinks. A dedicated cleaner's trough should be used. For thorough cleaning, detergents and sanitizers must be used. A detergent is a chemical that loosens dirt and food by breaking down fats and grease. A sanitizer is a chemical that lowers germ numbers to a safe level. Sanitizers are only effective on surfaces that are clean. Sanitizers need time to work, so they must be sprayed on the surface and left to dry. Both sanitizers and detergents are needed for effective cleaning. Pest control is also an important part of the Compass Group Food Safety Program. All workers are responsible for advising their supervisors of any pest sighting. We use the pest sighting log form for this purpose. A licensed pest controller should inspect the food service areas on a regular basis. Pests in the kitchen can be very harmful to the safe production service of food. These pests spread disease and include cockroaches, rats, mice, possums, and flies. You should look for signs of activity every day such as droppings, smear trails, and gnaw marks. Pests often live in grease traps, sewers, drains, and dark places in the kitchen. Pests lay eggs in warm, dark places, such as behind fridges, electric motors, espresso coffee machines, on moist food scraps left lying around, and under benches or sinks. We can prevent pests from entering the kitchen by fly screens on windows and doors, filling all holes in the walls and air curtains. Or we can starve pests out by removing food sources, cleaning up as you work, and removing and securing rubbish. But remember, pest control treatments will not be effective in an unclean kitchen. Customers with allergen concerns are becoming increasingly common in our business. The allergen information notice must be displayed in an area that is visible to the customer. Allergen declaration cards must be completed for all products produced on site or for products that are not served in their original packaging, such as sandwiches, meals, desserts, etc. All allergens must be listed on the cards or recipe cards. All staff must be aware of the location of the declaration cards to ensure the correct information can be relayed to the customer if required. Do not display the cards at the counter or in the dining room. All functions must have a system for managing dietary requirements. We need to take allergen precautions seriously. If they are not followed, the consequence for people with an allergy can be very serious and in some extreme cases life-threatening. Training staff in food safety is imperative. Keeping a record of any training that has been conducted is an important part of the process. There must be a qualified food safety supervisor on each site. Anyone who will be handling food must have completed the online Basic Food Handlers training on Compass College during their induction and undertake an annual refresher. This includes all casuals, relief staff and volunteers. Allergen training should be completed by the head chef and site manager, and supervisors also require a good understanding of allergen management. Through the use of the monthly food and safety inspection form or the service standard snapshot, and by regularly reporting any non-compliance discovered in regards to food safety into our CHESS system and rectifying the issue swiftly, we can be sure we are constantly monitoring and improving the food safety programs at our site. The Compass Group Food Safety Program has been formulated and implemented to ensure that high quality food is served to our customers safely. The success of such a program depends on every Compass staff member following the food safety guidelines. It is important that we use the new skills and knowledge we have gained here to improve our performance. Please discuss any suggestions to improve food safety at your site with your manager. Managers, once reviewed, please record your actions on your planning for improvement form. If you have any further questions regarding food safety, please don't hesitate to discuss these with your co-workers or your manager. Have a safe day and thank you for your time and attention.